Woo!
We are live. There we go.
Yes, sir. The next arena's in the fucking house.
Dude, nice, dude.
Dude, I'm so. Does it fit nice too?
Dude, it fits nice. I was worried because I got a big ass head, and I was like, oh, sometimes these hats they're just too small. And I put it on. I was like, oh, dude, beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Namaste, fellow waves. In the ocean of love and consciousness, collective Memoria embers. What is going on? We're back with our boy Ben. Somebody like you. Check out the hat he's wearing, everybody. That's the kind of shit we on. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Aha, you know what it is. Even though it's funny, Ben's not from Pittsburgh, he's from Philly, but it'll work.
Ironically, I got roots in Philly. My mom's side of the family is from Pittsburgh, Fort City.
Okay, well, there we go. That's all we need to know, people. What's going on? Erica Lovely, namaste. We are one. Tommy, yo, let's go. He says, love me some Lionel. What a jam that is. I was listening to that on my 80s playlist before that supposed 80s night I was going to the other night, but it was not what I thought it was. Shari Soulflow, namaste. Welcome in. She's been going through it lately. She's been holding space so well for other people and for herself. Jesse's in the house. You know, we're going to be talking hockey at some point. And we got Same Here Global. Shout out Same Here Global, who came on Instagram, a big mental health account. Thank you so much for stopping in, brother. Brendan Zenkowski is on Instagram tonight joining. What's going on, Benjamin? How was your coaching call?
I ended up getting canceled. Me and my client were playing phone tag for a little bit. There was some confusion on the scheduling. And so we ended up working some stuff out. But yeah, it was phone tag for a good 15 minutes. And then they let me know that they were on the treadmill at the gym. So that's why they weren't catching my FaceTime. And I go, you know what? That's all the coaching we need is you're taking care of your mind, your body, your soul. Do not pick up. Go spend your time doing that kind of stuff. We will catch you on the next one. So it was all good. Love to hear that.
You're kind of telling me you had a day where, you know, the Meat Monkey spacesuit, it wouldn't have scripted it that way. How would you take everybody through that?
Today I got this notification, not even a notification. My partner's on the electric bill, so she got a notification and let me know, hey, just got this notification the other day saying that I think the electric's supposed to be out from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. And I was like, during a work day on a Tuesday? Well, that's a little aggressive. So it was. And funny enough, this is why journaling has become so important in my life. One of my journaling prompts yesterday is like, what is your intentions for? I said, like, what's my intention for tomorrow? And it was like to go with the flow. It was like, I understand things are coming up and this and that. I just be in flow, understand, respond, don't react. And got that news. I'm doing my morning Qigong. My fan shuts off. You hear the electric go, pew. And you go, all right, well, here's the moment. What are we going to do today instead of our normal ritual? And yeah, I chose to respond. And you could see through my Instagram stories and stuff like that. I got to spend an amazing morning at my parents' house, go for a run in my old neighborhood, which was super cool. It was like literally going for a run with my old self and letting him know that, hey, we didn't give up on us. And spent quality time with Mama Bear and Papa John. And then, finished a book, spent some time out in nature, doing some meditation, catching up on some other things. And yeah, it was one of those days. It was like, can't miss me. So yeah, so letting everybody know, hey, I go through it too, but it's how we choose to show up, respond. And not every one of those moments felt like bliss, but I can tell you what, 90% of them sure as hell felt like bliss compared to if I was just reacting to it.
Oh, then on top of that, just the cherry on top, the phone tag with the client is just like, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's what Brady talked about on the pod, that clip we released of that recent spiritual breakthrough he had 9 days ago, where he just said, for the first time, he was going through this problem and he just kind of went, I'm going to be okay, regardless of how this shakes out. And he went, oh, that's so normal. Wait a second. That's fucking awesome. And he called his spiritual mentor and he's like, holy shit, this is how this happens, people. And what I've been leaning into lately, and it's in my final document, that's 3 pages. And it just says, like, we are this diamond with the mud on it. We simultaneously are the diamond. We don't need to do any work, but we got to wash the diamond off. And the other paradigm, the paradox, but it says you don't get there by forcing. You get there by abidance. You don't close the loop on a lesson by just jamming it in the hole. You just rest back and let the loop close it damn self. That's what I hear you doing, Benjamin.
Absolutely. We got Tommy Yo in here.
He's got to share.
Dude, my girlfriend took me last week to walk my childhood neighborhood. I know this is in Canada, by the way, we spelled neighborhood, arena, etc. to improve my mental health. It worked like a charm, told stories all day. Isn't that incredible? Isn't it? Like so we can't discount the energetic charge that places, environments, and people have for us, right? Like being able to go there, tell stories all day, it sparks these things in us. That's awesome, Tommy. I love that. And it sounds like you got a really good partner that said, my girlfriend took me last week to walk my childhood. That's awesome. Once again, I'm so happy, so appreciative of that share. If you're appreciative of that share from Tommy, let's put some hearts or something in the chat.
I was just about to say, I knew that was coming. Send some love,
hearts in the chat, man.
Yes.
So, or I should say, put your favorite emoji in the chat. What's your favorite emoji? Put it in the chat. Support Tommy. Show some love because we love that. We got Erica Lovely. Look, there we go. We got it. Hell yeah, Tommy. All around high fives. Hell yeah.
I will say, my ex was, Ben, you're a guy that really likes being considered and really thought of a lot. Oh man, she was the queen of that shit. I mean, we did that. My first time to her hometown. She literally took me through everywhere in the hometown, small town. That was important. Wrote notes, did like a personal scavenger hunt of herself. It was just, at the time, it brought up a lot for me of like, I am not worthy of this girl. Like dude, she wrote me a box of fucking handwritten letters before we even started dating. I was like, I should have known back then. I was not ready for that level of consideration, man. Like, and then of course, when we went to my hometown, she wanted to do the same thing. And I'm like, okay, she just ran the whole thing. It's like, man, women and girls, man, tapped in, so considerate. Oh, beautiful share, Tommy. Your girl sounds like a good one.
It's incredible. He says, I was at the arena as well. Next time I'll take my sticks and replay some of my highlight reels, LOL.
In the parking lot, like Rocky or something.
Hell yeah, man. Love that. But isn't that incredible, Gabes? You talk about that, like, you can look back and be like, I wasn't ready for that. And now, just through knowing you, how much that would mean to you for someone sharing that, sitting with them. Like, you have this level of presence with people and appreciate, like, it would almost be just as meaningful as your response to that type of stuff as is for the person giving it to you, because you're one of the most incredible people I've been around that can hold space and be considerate and think of others. I know that comes with practice, that comes with intentionality and stuff like that. So yeah, just to even be able to mutter those words and understand and have that self-realization where you're at, I think that's incredible, because us as men sometimes get into like the whole, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to care. I don't know what to do. But yeah, man, I love that self-reflection. Hell yeah.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. It's just, and that's what's weird about writing a book about it too, is like, you have to write a memoir from like two perspectives. You have to write the innocent voice that doesn't know what's going on without the awareness. And then you have to write the narrative voice, but you really want to bring people into the story, but you're trying to like convey that even in those innocent days, like I fucking knew, like retrospectively, I can look back and know that feeling that was in my body and be like, oh, I knew. I just didn't want to look over there. I didn't want to look at that part of myself. So then you're writing the book back and you're trying to not reveal that now. It's such an interesting thing because we all know. Like I was talking to I can't wait to have him on the pod, a fighter who got in, let's just say, to some pretty organized kind of not so good stuff off the ice in a time period where he kind of was away from the game. And he's just like, man, like, look, he's done a lot of psychedelics and work on himself since then. He was just like, dude, like I knew. Like looking back, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I was hurting so bad that I I had to look out for myself first. And that was such a eye-opening thing for me. And then the mind comes in and compares, like, oh, Kurt, you're doing, Gabes, you're doing this with girls. He's doing this with like organized crime. It's like, no, shut up. It's all the same. Everybody's on their own journey. You know, we all know deep down when we're doing the thing we shouldn't be doing, whatever. It's that feeling in our body, but it just like it's too much to look at sometimes, you know?
Yeah. And it's okay if you're not ready to look at it too. I think that's where we kind of get caught up. We get caught up. We're not feeling good enough, worthy enough, whatever it is. And we catch ourselves beating ourselves up. Like, oh my gosh, not only is this wrong, and I feel like it's not in service of whatever or however we want to word that, but also I'm not good enough to do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're just like almost double, triple whammying ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have Erica Lovely. I'd have to remind myself that my ex or whoever I was with might not like the things I enjoy. So if they don't really care for what I share them, then it's not really about me and my worth, really. Big, big, big. I want some love in the chat for Erica because this sparked something literally on one of my earlier coaching calls today, and they said something I have to remember is not everybody celebrates me the way I celebrate me.
Mm.
And so some hearts in the chat for Erica, because right there, I'll tell you what, that's such, remember that like the way people respond to us is not a reflection of our self-worth. It's how they're choosing to show up. And maybe they don't have the ability to support us the way we are going to be supported and stuff like that. Beautiful share. Beautiful share.
Okay, hold the phone. We got a big share on Instagram. Big share on Instagram. Bird Packy 02. Brother, I remember that handle. He says, hey, chat, haven't been in a while. Namaste, brother. We're one. Thank you for coming back. And he says, what a time to come in. And I just got broken up with, and I've been beating myself up over it.
What a vulnerable share. Appreciate you being in here, brother.
It's Riley. Yeah, Bird Packy. That's why it's Birdman. Gotcha. I remember Birdman. Gotcha. Get over in the Kick Pal so the people can see your comments and stuff. Instagram is a little cut off, unless you can't right now, unless you're away from the place you watch. I think you can get on your mobile, but brother, that's what brings us back to the love and light sometimes, right? You haven't been on the stream in a while. Something happens in your life, but you knew the place to come to jump on. Dude, share as much as you feel comfortable. Come jump on the kick if you like, but we're here to hold space for you, my man. We are here to hold space for you. And Ben, you had experiences with this? Anybody else in the chat have experience with being broken up with? Oh, here he is. He's in the kick now. Here he is.
Yeah. So experience with that. Here's a really very unconventional way to look at it, and I don't expect everyone to resonate with this. Find the beauty in the heartbreak. And what I mean by that, right? Some of the, like, what is beautiful about a heartbreak? Doesn't mean we have to feel good. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean any of that. I don't want to sit there and be like, hey, just find the beauty. Everything's fucking cool. It's not. We got broken up with, but it was mutual, so we are still friends. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. And here's what I mean by the find the beauty is the most beautiful songs were written in heartbreak. There's something haunting about the poems that are written from the loneliest and most broken hearts or relationships. Not saying that's in the space you are, but when you look for that beauty, when you look for songs hitting you differently because, oh my gosh, it might make you feel like you want to tear up, might make you want to cry or anything like that. And remember, as men, it's okay. Here's a practice for me. Anytime I had to learn that crying was okay because I would beat myself up and call myself a bunch of derogatory terms. Last time I cried during a breakup, I literally like smiled and said, Ben, this is okay. I love that we can do this. And it's changed everything. So if we can find the beauty in it, oh man, I think that is just a superpower because we get met with gratitude, we get meet it with love, we get meet it with lessons and all of those type of things. What about you, Gabes? What about you, brother?
I mean, mine was just like at a young age, just constantly getting rejected for like quote unquote like bad boys. Growing up watching Disney movies, thinking that like if I just said I liked a girl and was upfront and chivalrous, then like it's in the bag. And it wasn't. I literally had a really good friend of mine, like the closest friend at the time ever, in grade 9. You know, all the other public schools go to the one high schools, and then there's this new group of girls there. And I'd already noticed this one girl, Natalie, I was smitten, and I'm like, that's gonna be my high school girlfriend. And I remember being at the mall. You know, when you go hang out at the mall, the guys and the girls meet up at the mall, and we're in the food court, and the girls kind of headed off on their own. It was me and the boys. It was me and my buddy, and we literally are watching the girls walk away in this food court. Got my like foot up on the stool on the seat. He's just standing there. I'm like, dude, I think I'm gonna ask Natalie out. He's like, nice. I'm like, yeah. And then I showed up the next day at school in gym class. We were in classroom gym class at this time doing some kind of health stuff. And before I get there, I hear, oh, Mark, your buddy Mark's dating Natalie? Sorry, what? Wait, what? Yeah, I got pretty angry. I literally took we had 2 desks that we were sitting beside each other at the front of gym class. I took my side of the desk, moved it to the far end of the room, and didn't look at him for 2 weeks. So you want to talk about like, that was rejection on top of, it felt like I got broken up with, that I never dated someone, and my buddy did it. And that was quite an experience. So I just know that any type of loss, right, whether we slice it, is grief. And what I've learned from my teacher is that now any type of grief is just, you're actually not grieving that person. You're grieving the person you were with that person. And I think that's a powerful reframe of like, oh, it's about me. It's not about them. Again.
So beautiful, dude. It's so true. And you say Riley?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking, if I can call you Packy,
Birdman.
Not too bad for a bird call, if I may say so myself. Sharing that, right? Being in a room here, he said, I've come to understanding the way she did was over text and at home, which was 3 hours away, and crying and driving don't mix well. So the way she did it was understanding she did it in a way she was able to be safe and comfortable. And I have nothing but respect. What a this is just now, once again, this isn't just, but you have such a beautiful perspective and understanding, and there's going to be this roller coaster, right? And I appreciate you sharing that roller coaster with us, being in here with us in a community. Chat, you're going to hear me a bunch today say, show some love in the chat, put your favorite emojis in. We just want to show love to people that are sharing that part of themselves. So show some hearts, show some love, show some hands, whatever it may be for Bird Packy over here, Birdman. Show some love, because it's not easy to share that type of stuff. And jumping in here, I think it's really, really important that we know we all have a community. We have a place to go where we can feel safe and share. So I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, you're sharing in a way that's like, this wasn't a bad faith breakup or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't messy. It's mutual. You're recognizing and aware enough that she's doing it in a way that made her feel safe. She's hurting, even though this is a mutual thing. It's like you're both losing your best friend, and you seem very aware in that. And look at Shari sending you love. I have so much empathy, Riley. I understand the process of feeling the self-doubt that comes up. Try to remember you were doing your best at the time. Glad you're here. Amen. Because Shari has been very vulnerable and shared that she had a partner who had his own kids that she was, being a mother figure for, and they're not in her life anymore. And it was been very hard for her at times. So Shari understands that, Riley, big time in her own way. And Light and Erica, I see it like that too. Find him one day, if not, at least have myself. Oh, she was referencing what Dana said up here about if the person can't appreciate something you chose to share with them, maybe not the right person. Amen. Mm-hmm. So Riley, you're handling this really well, brother. There's Rumi of Rockford. Chersy, namaste, brother. Welcome in. Lori Ann's feeling the feels for Birdman, and Tommy O coming in with a share. Go ahead, Benjamin.
My ex didn't attempt to show interest in my things. My current girlfriend and I love doing all the same things. My girlfriend secretly learned a couple of guitar chords recently while I was away. What a gem. What a beaut.
That's gonna hit Ben different.
What a beaut. You know what? So Tommy, you know why that hits me different? So when I first started learning guitar, I was in college, and like music's been like, talk about following your highest excitement. Music's like one of my highest excitements. And I had a girlfriend who absolutely hated me learning to play guitar. Granted, I was learning to play guitar, so it didn't sound good for a good couple of years, it felt like. But I constantly heard how much she hated it, how much she wished I wasn't doing it, all of these things. So having a partner there who learned a couple of chords to show support and love to you, I think is so, so cool. And just hearing the way you're talking and gassing her up in here is like, I love that. Like behind the scenes is like, yo, check out how bad she is. Like she is awesome. She's cool. I love it, Tommy.
Yeah,
I love it. Love it.
Erica Lovely's loving that. Oh, Tommy, that's so sweet. But look at that, right? Your ex was the yin to the yang, the dark to the light. You had to experience what it was like with your ex to know what you did not want. It wasn't always fun. But what did that give you now? The gift to appreciate who you're with now, man. That's just a perfect example of the things we talk about here every stream, every day in the community. So you're here to experience both. You got both, brother. You move through it and you're better off for it. And look at everybody showing you love. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Birdman's loving the love he's been getting, coming in after a breakup. Love you, chat. Ben is in the house. Namaste, Ben. Hope you're doing well, brother. Welcome in, Ben and Ben. Ben 1 and Ben 2.
Newly a forward.
Newly a forward. Wow. Look at the memory on Ben 1.
I don't know if he was going left wing or what, but I think you were left wing, right?
Right wing.
Right wing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that good of a memory if I didn't remember you were right wing.
I wish I liked playing left wing because you got to play on your offside. I didn't mind it at all, but coaches were like, "You're a fighter. You don't have skill. You got to be on your right wing." It's like, okay, man.
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. So chat. If you were in here on Sunday, if you were blessed in the chat in here on Sunday, we were talking a little bit 1T side. We were blessed in the chat. We were talking about some intentions for the week. We had some beautiful intentions shared. I know Erica, Lisa Ann, Lindsay were in here. I don't know if they're in here in the moment, but I know Erica is. LA was in here. If you had an intention, I just want to check in and see how we're doing. What are some things that have been happening? If you had your intention, put it in the chat. What was your intention for the week? We don't have to say what's going on yet. Just put your intention for and if you did not have one, it's still Tuesday. Still early in the week. What's our intentions to continue this momentum through the week kind of thing? And as you guys put some stuff into the chat there to kind of get this thing going, I'm going to check in with you, Gabes. How has your intentions been going with the silence and just the observation and the stillness? How's that been treating you?
Really, really good. Really, really good. I've been catching myself, and I go post something for our stories or our videos or whatever. And then, the lingering little video that pops up going like, oh yeah, my free time is the silence. That's my intention. That floats up in the awareness. I've really stuck to my one document. I've recorded it. So it's about 6 minutes with the voice memo thing. So I either listen to it or I read it before bed, when I wake up, and then just rest in the teaching the non-practice it's telling me. So I'm really, really happy with so far this week, and know that, it's not like I did it today and I'm not going to do it tomorrow, or we're going to worry about it. There's only this present moment. There's only this now moment, labeled Tuesday evening on a stream with Ben. And there's going to be Tuesday morning when I wake up in the house and no one's out. It's like, it's all this now moment. So I don't need to worry about before or later, or if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to keep resting in it and know that anything that happens is only data collection. It's only going to push me back to where I need to go. Can't go wrong, brother. So how about yourself, my man?
We'll get to me in a second.
You want to dive in there?
Let's talk about Sherry just had a beautiful share, and Sherry had a beautiful share. Sherry or Shari? Am I saying it correctly?
I think I go Shari. I think
Shari. If I'm saying it incorrectly, I'm gonna say which one is it? And it's gonna be really funny when you just put Shari and not tell me which one was right or wrong. My intention is to stay present. I love both ways. Perfect. My intention is to stay present and work to look for the lessons and the light and stay hopeful. Oh, we share a similar one. I knew this week would be hard with work and some relationships. Being present helps. Oh, beautiful. Shari and Sherry, we can't be wrong. It can't miss us. Is it Shari or Sherry? That's beautiful. And I can share with the hopefulness. Mine, I even brought out my feelings wheel to remember. How did she call my life? Look at that. alignment, my friends. Mine were hopeful and inspired, right? I was going to be in service of being hopeful and inspired. Those were my intentions. And journaling helps. And this, for reference, I may have been a mental health coach for like the past like 8 years. I just recently started my dedicated journal. I found my dedicated journaling practice that's working for me right now. So writing about it on Monday night was really, really big for me because it let me check in. Hey, what am I doing? It asked me like, where were you most alive today? Like, where did you feel in flow? What was lighting you up? And I was like, I had a call with Gabes and the boys talking about this stuff. And I felt like things were flowing through me, flowing through us. I felt like I was like vibing. I was humming. So I was hopeful. I was inspired, all of those things. So I'm right there. Ooh, Erica. Evening, Corey.
Corey Katina, brother. We'll check in with you after Erica's share. We want to hear how that bicep and everything's going, my man. But let's get to Erica with her big share here.
My CPTSD is off the charts with flashbacks, and my autism isn't helping with knowing what's happening in my body. So I've just been meditating, but also zoning out and going numb. I'm in my new space, but my brain thinks of family saying, "You just got handouts. You'll never make it on your own," and crap. So my intention of being confident or just putting myself out there has been hard. I'm just trying to stay present too, like Sherry, reminding myself where I am. Oh, fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So lovely and delicious. And I want to say your share on your story today, Erica, was beautiful. The emotion, the alignment, everything was flowing through you. I so appreciate you showing up and sharing your stories, talking about how much it felt so good being around people that understood and help you feel seen and those type of things. And these type of shares, you are an absolute rock star, my friend. And to show it, because it's so, once again, social media is funny. Communities can be funny. I sit here and I go, in my mind, I go, Erica's one of the most confident people, grounded people. She's she just exudes everything that I feel like, I'm striving to stay in alignment with. And remember, we're all going through things underneath. Like, I'm so thankful for you sharing and being vulnerable. So lovely.
That's what she does. I'm very isolated, so I think my intention should be talking to people in person. So, Erica, you're in your own place now. That's a big change, for someone who's sensitive and, really community is a big part of your life. Whether or not your family's been your trigger or your blessing at times, they're always something that kind of provides more stimulus. So you being on your own is definitely different. So yeah, lean into the love and like community as much as possible. Get out in your little adventures and talk to people on the streets. You're so lovely to meet anybody. So that sounds like a great plan from you, honestly. Let's dive into Corey Katina, brother. What the hell is going on in Corey Katina's life? Corey Katina, everybody, had a full shoulder reconstruction. He can't play beer league hockey for a long time, but with complications from the surgery where they have to go in near his bicep, it caused issues, basically tearing his bicep. So he's dealing with an injury on top of a already crazy recovery. So we're thinking about you, Corey. I know it might be hard to type, maybe with one arm and that whole freaking setup I'm sure you got with your arm stabilized, but I hope you're doing all right, man. We got Birdman. Honestly, I feel like sharing on a live like this rather than a group honestly helps me a lot more because it actually feels like a session, if you get what I mean. Absolutely, brother. Like live streaming is unique that way, Ben. Like you're in a community, but you have this space to think and to share and to type. It's a different kind of experience than us all sitting in a park, especially when there's just one of us hosting, or Ben used to do his stream. So I definitely get what Riley means here.
I think, I'm going to bring Sherry into this. Sherry. I have to just commit. Like we talk about like energy healing. There's a different energy when like in different spaces, right? A live stream like this, it brings an energy to it. You see, that's why I've been trying to really be like encourage people to be getting in the chat and showing the love, because there's an exchange here. And when one person opens up to be vulnerable, it helps people not feel alone. It sparks conversation between two mental health professionals. And then what else happens? It inspires other people to share their stories so other people can be seen. And it just sparks conversation. And when we are able to share that type of energy, we realize it doesn't have to just be together in a park or together in a room. I love that energy, but like this is right behind it. Oh man, I just appreciate the shares. I appreciate the shares.
Yeah, Shari being vulnerable here in the community is being heard. It's her journal lately. And you can tell, Shari, I mean, you are so active in here. You're just channeling so much love and light in. And again, I think the more you do that, you're just every person who leans into the community always gets more back out in return. I'm going to say like a 4x return. So you constantly leaning in and then you sharing and people seeing your journey through that and growing inevitably then inspires others to do the same. So you're doing amazing, Shari. So amazing. And I feel so much in this share. Thank you so much. I agree, Ben, says Shari. She's just, okay, so Erica's just down in the basement. Gotcha. I can't be with my family. They're very traumatized themselves, so I just need the right energy. And thank you all. Okay, I got you. Birdman sending love to Corey about his surgery. He says won't have imaging results until Thursday. Okay, well, how you feeling, Corey Katina? Like what's your actual lived experience in the meat monkey space right now, brother? Would love to know that.
Yeah. I have you know what came through for me today in my time when I wasn't able to I wasn't on Wi-Fi or the internet, so something came through. I had like, I don't want to call it like a merch idea, but I had a design idea for us.
Okay.
And there's one phrase that me and you both have always said on our videos, and it came up during our last, and it's this phrase, as always. You kind of end yours with as always, and I always start mine with as always. How cool would it be like on the one side it says as always, and for my brand it's sending love on the back, and yours is as always, either namaste or we are one or something like that. So we have like an as always series, and it's sending love, namaste, or we are one or some shit like that. I was thinking about that.
No, dude, that is a dope idea. Like we're gonna have people, the merch is like the last thing on our docket because of course we want to get everything set, but like as you can see, Ben's wearing the hat. Put it up to the camera close, everybody can see the logo. This is the next arena. This is the course we're building, right? So it's the next arena, and the course name's Living from the Zone. So we already have our like standard merch that Ben just received, and I'll be getting mine in the next couple of days to shoot the videos for the course. But yeah, dude, like world's our oyster. It's print on demand. So we can just go in and make a whole Ben series, Gabes series,
community series.
And like Erica wants to do a fucking lovely sweater version in her colors. Like we could get really, really creative with this. Like really, really creative. It's going to be so much fun because as we were talking on our sales call, you know, sometimes fellow waves are busy buying people gifts and stuff during the holidays. So, hey, why don't we just give them opportunities to tap into love and light and wear it? So that's going to be very, very exciting.
Sorry, that was my ADHD pop, and I was like, "Oh, I need to say this right now." So
go ahead.
That's me. Corey Katina, you got. I'm sorry. Did I missed one? Sorry. I find myself at times having to remind myself that it has been less than 2 weeks, and other times, especially if I go too long without taking anything, my shoulder reminds me. It's that weight, right? And is Corey in Canada?
Minnesota.
Okay. I was wondering because I know sometimes in Canada, imaging and stuff like that can even take longer than the US because of wait times. And, you know, universal healthcare is great, but then that's kind of one of the downsides of it. So Thursday's a pretty good turnaround, but that's still a long time for the mind to do mind-like things. And remember, during that time, that's a good time to observe the mind, watch it, and recognize the narrative it's saying, and remember to remind ourselves, it's only true if I believe it. That's something I tell myself all the time. I'm not a go slow person in general, so it's tough. A
little insight here. Corey's the kind of guy that when it's -20 in Minnesota, he's wearing shorts and a hockey jersey and nothing else. Nothing like layers, just shorts and a hockey jersey and a hat and a beard. That's Corey Katina. So he's on the go.
Interesting. If I'm not a go slow person in general, it sounds like there's a lesson here in patience and slowing down a little bit and getting comfortable with that being uncomfortable, as fucking uncomfortable as it is. He goes, no shorts. No shorts.
Oh, I thought it was shorts. Oh, I thought it was just jersey. Okay, at least I'm happy for it. I'm not like I'm happy I'm wrong there. I'm glad you have pants on in the fucking
I'm glad you have pants on.
Jesus Murphy. Shari with the beautiful share. Honestly, like how you both say it your way. My whole life heard both. Yeah, well, because that's why anybody being vulnerable resonates with anybody. You could take a kid from Africa being vulnerable, as long as you can understand his language. Somebody in Australia with a totally different background is going to hear, I feel myself in that because we are all one, fellow waves. I have that conversation with my mom all the time and do these little things. Like she's like, I noticed this and this. And I'm like, Mom, why do you think that is? She's like, I know because it's all one and you're going to say it's synchronicity. I'm like, it's just like you start to slowly piece together the quilt, people, of like, yeah, that kind of adds up to what Gabes and Ben says. And then I saw that. And then I read a book that said the same thing. And then I heard this on the radio. It's like, we're not making this up, fellow waves. We're not making this up.
Mm-mm.
You need drag queens in your life ASAP. So who is that directed at? Because
I forgot what we were talking about. It's fun time, dude. Drag. I went to pick my cousin up from a drag show one time because she's like from like the Easton Bethlehem area, and she was down towards me. And I went there, and there was a bunch of the drag queens out there, like smoking cigs, drinking some beers, or having their drinks, and they were an absolute fucking riot. It was just a good time, and like like I've never felt better about myself. They're like, because I think that sometimes like they'll try to fuck with me, and like I was like, I have love for absolutely everyone. Like, you're not gonna make me uncomfortable. I'll sit here and I'll start cracking jokes with you and all that stuff. It was such a good time. The energy is what they like to call was immaculate. It was so cool. I would love to see a show. I have to go to a show next time because I've heard it's absolutely awesome.
Oh, it's Pride Month, so there's definitely something going on around there.
Absolutely.
I was directed at Erica from Dana, saying if it was Erica who needs to pick me up in Connection, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
At Brock's wedding, he had 3 perform, which they go fucking hard. Like, it is impressive. I did drag bingo and got spanked. Oh, that's great. That's great. You know what? I had to post a video before this of just this guy at I think it was something in politics, one of those state senate things, and he's just like, God made me exactly how I'm supposed to be. He wouldn't make something he doesn't love, or talking about it from a Christian perspective. I'm just like, he doesn't think anything less of me that I love a man. He was just going off, and it's like, fuck yeah, man. Like, why does it freaking matter? And then the next video was some guy who was a Christian, who was a Republican, ripping on his own Christian Republicans for being very anti-Christian about the whole thing.
I think that's a dude from Texas who's like going to be running for some sort of office at some point. He was like on Colbert at one point. And
Tallarico is the fucking man. He's the white improved, not saying improved because of his skin color. He's the more progressive, more religious, more grounded, almost Obama.
Yeah. And once again, I don't really care what side of the aisle you're on, what color you are, what you identify as. It's how do you treat others? How do you treat yourself? And the idea of this, like, because I think you shared that to your story, the black man talking about the love. And what was really, really cool talking about it is like, yeah, love does not have boundaries. It's not like it doesn't have conditions. Like, if someone says, I love you, but they don't love you. If there's a but after the love, I'm waiting for the Rumi of Rockford to say something after that one. If there's a but after the love, it's not love. It's unconditional love.
Erica's feeling into some results like Corey. My X-ray results were revealed to me September 1st. Oh, well, so I got to be patient. I hope you're doing well, Corey. That's that long-term Canada timeline right there. It's something I really had to get used to when I was not a pro athlete anymore. I went, oh, when I get hurt, I am completely on my own. And I was living in the US without insurance. So, yeah, that was eye-opening. When you get hurt as a professional athlete, you back quick. Your day job becomes getting healthy. Really was eye-opening when you're like, wow, Corey Katina, like, Corey, you're a cook, dude. Like, what's the deal with cooking after a shoulder reconstruction and now a bicep tear? What's the status of that, my man? That's how Corey first joined our streams. He was in the freaking kitchen cooking up people's special of the night.
Damn.
Shari's always coming with some good shit. Look at this. I'm also finding my mind hearing you both in my head with a positive, but my negative mind is beating me up. Had me realize these streams are priceless in so many ways.
Remember, that's not your negative mind. They're just negative thoughts. They're not yours to own. They're not yours to cater to. They're not yours to take care of. They come in, they go right out. The positive ones come right in, go right out. And that's something I talked about when we were on the stream with Lynn's last time. It's words matter because I get nitpicky, and I always preface this on calls with people. I go, "You're going to think I'm a dick, but um, watch that thing because when you say my negative mind, it's you protecting it because you're identifying as mine. But the negative mind, a negative thought, it's not yours. It's just visiting." And that I say that because someone might be like, "That's really you're kind of nitpicking there." I only say it with so much love and whatever because that has been something that's changed my life. It's how I talk about and how I label things in my mind, in the mind, in a mind.
That's one of the sections in my document. It's
Yeah.
like let go, watch the mind say, it's nice today. This is bad. This is good. That's a tree. That's a squirrel. Just watch the mind label reality. And it's like, you are the spontaneous, raw existence before it's named. Don't abide in that. Abide in what you are. It's fucking amazing. It's so wild. Okay, sorry. Lorianne said anything after the butt is bullshit. So she really liked what you're talking about there. Shares a Here He Goes, my favorite Tech 9. So is I Love You, But Fuck You. Favorite song. Dana says it's like an apology with a butt. In my data collection, that means I just justified what I am apologizing for. So it means I'm not sorry.
Yep.
Look at the words. The people are in the community are just using the data collection, the love and light. They're the meat monkey spacesuit. The people are, you're really starting to tune your language. Abracadabra, as I say, so I shall create. You're starting to really do that, Big D. Big D had some beautiful shares in the community last night too, of like saying, him and who was it? Lynn's and Dana have a lot of similarities in that they're feeling this community's love and light. And they just love vibing around the fire. They're not too much for the woo per se, but he's like, the more I come and every stream I come, it cracks open a little more. I see it a bit more. And now he's saying shit like data collection. Oh,
And what's really funny is I've talked about this to you. Like that's been my mission, was kind of to blend the world of spirituality and mental health because in my journey, that was the big connection. The biggest turnoff to me was the language of a lot of things. And then once I was able to kind of get everybody else out of my world, and I went onto TikTok, and like this was like at the time I jumped on TikTok, I think it was like 31, 32. So it was like 7 years ago. And no one I knew was on it. No one. So I just had free reign to be myself, watch what I want. Like it was my dirty little secret. And I found this spiritual community that was beautiful. And all of a sudden I realized that really resonates. And this is how I feel about it in the way it works in mental health. And all of a sudden it was like Nikola Tesla and Buddha and Jesus just started to like blend together. And I went, oh, they're not separate at all. They're just as Alan Watts will say, language. Everything gets lost in language. Our biggest constraint is the human language.
That's a whole fucking rabbit hole, man. I could go on days for that topic. It is just, words are just such a fucking shortcoming. Corey Katina got 12 weeks off, paid at 90%. That's huge. That's
awesome.
It is like a 1.5 year recovery, but 3 months, we will take what we can get in the United States of A. That's pretty damn good. That's where at least if they need to do anything with the bicep, it's better now than another month or two. Absolutely. I'm glad you have that time, says Shari. Yeah. Shari Soulflow says, I appreciate that, Ben. Right now I have people upset with me and it's hard to not let their words hurt and create shame. Need to just observe.
Shari, how do you feel about you? Be truthful. Don't let your PR team answer this one. How do you feel about you? Truthfully. I'll give you a couple minutes here because that's something I say on coaching calls a lot is I call some people I call my one client out. Not I call him out, but we talk and I go, "That's a very PR answer. That's why. So I'm going to dig deeper." If he goes like, "Yeah, it's so as a hockey player, you'll get this. Our team did really good today. We came out, we skated well, we got pucks on the net. We dove, we got in there. It was a really big team win. It was really good." And I go, "Who got the pucks on the net? What was good about it? Why did it help the team? What specifically? Was there one shot that turned the momentum?" And then all of a sudden, his mind will start breaking. He'll be like, "Wait, I don't know." And I go, "See, you're on a loop. You're on a loop. Your PR team is answering. So let's be truthful. What actually happened? What are we going to do about this?" So when I say, "How do you feel about yourself?" Not the answer you think Gabe's, I, or the community wants to hear. It's, how do you feel? And if you don't feel comfortable answering that in the community, that's understandable as well. You're going to learn a lot with that answer.
Tommy O's coming in. Shari, those people upset with you are projecting their hurt on you. It's very hard, but you need to ignore it. Yes, I'm hypocritical because I do the same thing. That is a beautiful caveat, brother, because we are all working at this. But that's it. That's so true. It's remarkable how, I had obviously lost my dad and been there with my own suffering. It's remarkable how we can go through the most awful things, be able to talk about it all day to somebody at the bus stop about it, whatever. But then we see somebody else doing something awful and we just get sucked right back into judgment, right back into like that never happened to us. So what a great share there, Tommy. And it takes going through those things to be able to step back in moments where somebody is acting out in, not according to proper behavior and society standards, all these things, or commenting on a post. I see that so much in commenting to posts. People think they just see this comment online and there's not a human being behind that comment. It's like a bot or whatever, then they just attack it. It's like, no, that person, like you said, Tommy, is going through something that they have not come through yet. They have not been able to interocept back on, connect the dots looking backwards to go, wow, I was being an asshole because I was hurting. And then now you carry that forward like you are, Tommy, and it's cracking through. And it starts with being hypocritical, and then slowly the hypocritical part falls away, and you're like, over repetition, every time you see somebody struggling and projecting hate on someone, no, it's not. They're not trying to do that. They don't mean to do that. They are hurting like I was. I used to do the same thing too.
Yeah, hurt people do hurt people.
It's so easy to forget though, right? When we're in our shit. But how many times we heard bullies are bullied people? They're just hurting. They're just, we've heard it so many times, but we need to constantly do the work to have the awareness. And this comes up in the heat of the moment.
Oh, Shari. I feel some of what they say has truth, so I feel I can do better. My intention was not to hurt anyone, but in the moments was surviving to a lot going on. I feel it, to be honest. I have things to make amends for. Beautiful. Beautiful. So much truth is in that. And here's the thing. You are not, I guess it's, I'm a good person with a lot of work and healing needing to be done. And here's, in these moments, right? Self-reflection. Maybe there's things, I don't mean this there's vagueness in that because details don't need to be shared right now. But there's things that you're not happy about. There's things you maybe feel a little ashamed about. But here's one thing I would love to tell you. You're still so worthy of all of the love in the fucking world. This level of understanding, self-reflection, intentionality, it starts right now. From here on out, okay, I'm going to move in service of that version of myself. It's going to be bumpy. There's going to be consequences to the things we've said, and I don't just mean bad consequences, good consequences too, of things we've done, the things we've said, the people we've shown up for and with. And remember, from this day forward, literally this moment forward, I go, okay, anytime I have a decision to make, what's my highest excitement in service of that version of myself? And I'm going to follow that. And you are worthy of so much love, and the right people will understand. The right people will hear your words and see and watch your change. And some people might just be hurt people trying to hurt and project. But this level of self-reflection, understanding it, just from this moment forward, we got it. We got it.
Let it flow, Shari. Let it flow.
It's okay.
That's I remember, I think it was you, Shari, that recently shared. Was it you or somebody, that poet guy talking about, or maybe maybe it was one of the videos I didn't put in, but he's talking about crying is like kind of the ultimate kind of form of like when you're just on your own surrender. You're kind of just like, okay, like you're really processing. So that's a beautiful thing. Don't resist that. Welcome it in. You're gonna feel a lot better as you move through that. I also saw a post that like so many like toxins and cortisol releases from our tears and stuff too. So you're processing it out. You're processing it out. This is what we're here to do. It's what we're here to do.
Absolutely. If yeah, no, if you want to show some love to Sherry, throw some hearts in the chat, throw your favorite emoji in the chat, let her know she's not alone. We are here, sending hugs from Erica Lovely. Tommy out here saying, hey, I can relate. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Erica sends some of those spanking drag kings to Shari's way. Or instead of your favorite emoji, send a spanking drag queen. That
one's a little more difficult. What do we got from Corey? He said that's where, at least if they need to do, we already saw that one. And then he said if they didn't need to do anything and the Vice Up is fine, I might go to Australia for the last 2 months of the paid time off. That sounds lovely, dude. Hopefully the time down there doing some work that you're so passionate about, not that you're not doing it at home, but being around the people working for the hockey team, going through what I'm sure is still an interesting start to the season. I think that would only help you, right? Doing what you absolutely love. Don't need anything done yet. I got you, Corey. Erica, you almost become the thing you almost become the thing that hurt you when you're hurting, at least for me. Yeah, it's that pendulum swing. It's funny how that works, right? We get hurt by something and we swing back the other way and just then project it around. But we have to work at this to break that cycle. We are breaking cycles of not even just, I mean, it's generational trauma, but just day-to-day impressions that we hold on to. Somebody looked at us wrong at the bus. Now you're judging the next person because they judge you. We build that awareness so that we don't exactly become what you're scared of. It's like that. I think it's Nietzsche or something said, like, in the process of destroying monsters, I think paraphrasing, process of destroying monsters, it just is that watch that you don't become the monster yourself. And that when you look out into the abyss looks right back into you. So it's like, it's very interesting how that works. It's a great point, Erica.
What really pops up there is the idea of politics. Everyone thinks each other's wrong and they're just spewing venom at one another, not realizing that they're both doing the same thing to one another. And that's why politics never made sense to me. It was like everyone's so convinced that they are right that damning the other person is just the same thing that the other person is doing to them. It's just this all of the time. And I find that a lot in my journey along this. That's why, like, I've learned that people who kind of get into what I'll call like pop spirituality, it's just like catching all the buzzwords, talking about ego death, talking about all these things and start damning religion, are just doing the same things just with different vocabulary. And what I've learned along the way is really just checking in with, like you talked about, that pendulum. Am I just swinging so far the other direction that I've become the same thing, just a different flavor? A different, like, am I just Coke Zero instead of Diet Coke or some shit like that? This is not a sponsored ad, anybody.
No, it's true. I've definitely been that person. Definitely been through that space of being a hypocrite. I remember being in the Southern United States. My ex is just, she reminds me a lot of Erica Lovely's kind of creativity and definitely neurodivergency. And she wanted this special wallpaper on the wall. And I'm like, okay, it's not my money, but I had to organize it. Anyway, she ended up saying to hire this person. I'm like, oh, really? Well, they're okay. So I hire them, and she shows up in a wallpaper lady, this specialist of certain wallpaper, like old school wallpaper, not this peel and stick, like the real shit. She shows up in a Christian ministries van, and it says the #1 Christian ministry in the world. That pulls into my fucking driveway. You want to talk about Mickey Singer's analogy of like, just wake up and look what car parks in your driveway. Some days it's a broken down bus, some days it's a Ferrari, some days it's a Christian ministries van claiming to be the #1 ministry in the freaking world. So you could imagine that my ego going through my terror of a spiritual journey and awakening was like, having a field day with this one. So she comes in the first day, she's doing her thing. She thinks she's the number one Christian missionary in the world. She can't not talk about it. I knew she was going to just go off on it. So she's going off on it in our house. I'm just watching it. She leaves the first day and my ex goes, Curtis, like, you are not allowed to talk to her about anything like that. I could see your face. I could feel your energy the whole time. I'm like, mm-hmm. So then my ex's parents came down, super Christian and Catholic, one Christian, one Catholic. And this lady comes in one day and they're just like, they thought Mother Mary came in the damn door. They're just loving her, right? And I'm like, and my ex literally looked at me. She's like, do not talk to them. You know I'm going through a lot right now. You are like, the only thing I ask you is just go to your room if you can't handle the discussions, basically. So I'm down there and I'm like, I'm going to eat breakfast in my kitchen. I don't need to hide. I can be around this. I'm around it. The lady brings in Chick-fil-A, which if you don't know people, they donate heavily to transphobic stuff and anti-gay and all. And I was very identified with that advocacy. So she's offering it to me and I'm like, no, thank you. And they're like, why don't you eat it, Curtis? You should eat it. She got it for you. I'm like, I'm not going to have any, and I'm not allowed to talk about why. That's where I went wrong. All I should have said is I didn't need to add that last part. Because that opened a can of worms. The next thing you know, I'm being told that trans and gay people are witches and devils and that she's been on the streets and homeless people have been like possessed and demonic and because they're gay. And I'm just like, and I'm losing it. And my ex comes out and she's just so mad, so disappointed in me. So I've been there. It takes hard lessons, people. It takes really having to look in the mirror and go, fuck, I'm exactly what I'm supposed to be saying is not great in the world.
We need those moments of humility and understanding, whether we're going to understand them in live time or not. That seed might be planted and then watered for years, and all of a sudden we find it 5 years later. We never know.
Oh, Sharzy, you're saying I'm a better man than you, but I didn't bite my tongue after that. It got to the level of just like, you literally think my friends are demons for no reason. And
you don't even know them.
You are the devil that you propose to be against. You are that devil. You're totally unaware that you are Satan itself. I was losing it on her. Right? Like, don't worry, Sharzy. At that time, who I was, I got it in, and I got in big trouble about it. But yeah, we are. Anything we're putting out is a direct reflection of your inner state. I love Wayne Dyer on stage holding an orange, just saying, he tells the story. Every time he speaks, he's like, he asks the kid in the front row, what happens if I squeeze this orange? What comes out? It's like orange juice. It's like, well, what happens when we squeeze you? What's going to come out? Hate, frustration, anger, love. We're all doing the work so that when we get squeezed, when we get dropped, when we get mistreated as a beautiful navel orange, we are able to understand that, as Jesus said, nailed to the cross, forgive them. They know not what they do. They are unconscious to their own ignorance. And I love that. So that lives in my head. It floats across my consciousness. Like, what comes out of me? Watermelon juice? Love? That's what I'm trying to be, right?
When I first heard that Wayne Dyer, yeah. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. That stuck with me. Same thing as like, because the idea is like, okay, when you get squeezed, like, it's all the good stuff coming out or all the bad stuff coming out. It's not good or bad stuff coming out. It's what's inside of you is coming out. So if you're saying all the bad stuff's coming out of me or whatever it is, it's like, no, that's just what's inside of you. It's not cleansing you. It's who you are made up as. And that's often times of stress, times of grief, times of whatever it may be. And that's when we learn in the moments of, sounds terrible. Am I being squeezed right now? And what's coming out? And that's intentionality, right?
Setting the intentions. That's what allows that new thought to come in as a new potential to react in a different way. When you set the intention, it's like that's setting the quantum fucking mechanics in play of like, oh, when the next thing arrives, it's like, oh, right, there's that little thought of like, I'm supposed to be pointing to this. I'm supposed to be aware of this. That's how it starts. Jump into Corey. He said he's going to go down there with the hockey team because then he can get access to the team doctors and gym for rehab and recovery. That's freaking genius.
Hell yeah.
Sharzy always saying some shit. Rockford has a well-known drag queen and anti-heroin. I don't know if that's an actual drag queen or you're actually talking about heroin. No idea. Ego Death, we talking about mushrooms. Sharzy's always ready to jump on that. Dana, believe it or not, in the years before you were old enough to know politics used to be much different. My son reminds me he does not have an adult license. Trump showed up in 2016. It's so true. Seeing videos of how Republicans and Democrats used to just chum it up, and basically a Republican back then was like a Democrat now. It's so crazy. That's why, Ben, I've said I don't care who another person votes for, says Corey, as long as they can justify why they're doing it and not just because someone said the other person is bad. Corey has a very seagull bird's eye view down on all the garbage of politics and stuff. He always takes this very like pulled back approach. He's very analytical about things.
Well, that's right along, Corey. It's such a great share. And that's kind of that Jackson Dart and the D end.
Oh, yeah. Abdul Carter. That's the video I made about that. Yeah.
It's very similar to that. It's like, no, like, I don't want him to apologize. I don't want someone to apologize for why they believe in. Let me know why, but don't get mad at me for my morals and what I believe and stuff like I can respect you. I can respect why and all of those things. But when it comes to me, don't get on a high horse and be like, well, you're wrong because I'm right. It's like, no, these are my beliefs. This is what I believe in. This is why I support certain things. That's kind of the hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. That's a beautiful share, Corey Katina.
Mm-hmm. That's what Dana did mean, that he's never, kids just don't know. They think politics is just absolute. Like somebody said it was a post that Shari sent today, I think. And it said like a child right now could understand how corrupt politics is. Like you can just feel it, it's not like a surprise anymore. It's so out in the open. Erica, reflecting, I've changed so much because I can walk by those types preaching on the street where before I'd ripping them apart and it wouldn't help do anything positive. So that was the point. Laugh my ass off. Yes, Erica. I remember walking downtown Toronto, King Street West. My ex is just wearing what she wears. She looks fucking incredible and she's strutting it out. And I'm right there with her. And this guy's just megaphone Christianing, just yelling at everybody who's sinning around him. Oh my goodness. And she had to do everything, like put her purse around my neck and yank me to not go over there and just fucking, I wanted to like go dance with her and spin her around in front of her. Like, lift up her. I want to just be an asshole about it, but fuck, I get it, Erica. The anger, and that anger comes from feeling like in our past, we have been, victims of injustice. I flashed one. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what I wanted my ex to do. But we feel like a victim of injustice in the past, and we see someone else with the potential, the views to commit injustice on others, and we want to get in there. We want to mitigate it. We want to help fix the world and rush in there. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen to someone else. And it feels so righteous. It feels so justified in a lot of circles, like Ross the boss protecting his friend at school. It sounds like that, but it's so hard to, and I'm not saying I could do it, but like that whole, Jesus, turn the other cheek. They slap you once, turn the other cheek. I had a guy yesterday morning. I'm sitting in my car about to come to the office at 9 a.m. A guy walked by with a Corona and his friend is less drunk, but clearly they're just drinking from the last night. I don't know what they're doing. This guy comes up like a freaking Jurassic Park dinosaur and looks at me in my car and he's just like, I was on my phone. He's like, and all this stuff. And I felt my body, just my lip go. And I'm like, I don't have to get out of the car. What's he going to do? Break his hand and buy beer in my car? Cool. So I just sat there, looked at him and just looked away. I'm like, there is no point of going out there. There's no point of telling him he's this and that, or that I'm just going to act like he's a damn dinosaur and a safari park walking by my door. Okay, man. Have a good one. Opportunity to relax into patience, but I felt that lip curl just like, that comes up.
It does. Oh my God, does it? It's funny because I do this thing in my mind now where I see them and I go, my first thought is, oh wow, I'm so happy that they're so passionate about something. That's so cool. I hope they have a good day. And like to other people think, like, no, what they're preaching is wrong, this and that, blah, blah. I go, no. I'm so happy they're passionate about something. And then from there, you know, I realize that's my baseline, which I'm very, I don't want to say proud. I'm very happy that that's a rewired condition of mine, because it used to be like, these fucking assholes, like, what are they out here doing this kind of shit? But now it's just like, my first thought is, wow, they're so passionate about something. That's so cool. They found a passion. It's not mine, but that's cool. And then I go, man, I hope they receive all the love that in ways that they're designed to find love. And it might not be through me right now.
That's it. They're gonna ultimately, if you follow your highest excitement, whether it causes damage or not in the world, and I know that's tough to watch or whatever, but it's like I think Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita is basically like, you could ignore my presence. You know that you feel this intuition, this calling towards something higher and not of this world, but you're quite entitled to go chase whatever you want. But ultimately, you're just going to end up back here. Like, it's like there's two paths, people. You either are ready to lean into the woo, as we would call it, or you're like, fuck that shit, like I was when I was growing up. And it's just a longer journey back to the same place. Like, you're literally just, it's so funny. So that's exactly what it is, Ben. I see that's that Mickey Singer thing when the saint came to visit. She never spoke. She was one of those silent saints, never said much. And one day she just out of the blue was like, Mickey. And he's like, oh, yes, mother. What do we need? She's just like, don't you just love when they yell at you? There's so much energy. And it's just like, yes. That's why the people who rip me in comments and stuff, I'm just like, thank you for the love and light. You're just screaming that you want love and light. And it's like, I know it's all around you. I know you're in the perfect place. Thank you for sharing that. And they just do not know what to do. One guy was like, I'm not sending you love and light. No, I'm trying to chirp you. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much.
I received the love and light.
You just do more. Thank you.
Yeah, no, a lot of, like I said, when I was on TikTok, it was much more prominent. And I just kind of, I had to like sit down with myself and like, I'm not going to sit here and lecture people. That's just not something I'm going to do, because they want the attention. I understand that's what they're in here for, is to get the attention, to get the energy going on, and like to get me to say something. So you'll see me, I always say like, wow, I just appreciate you sharing your perspective so much. Sending so much love to you. And then you get the people like, no, I don't think you heard me. It's like, no, I did. I appreciate your perspective. Thank you. Okay, man. Nerd. It's like, what do you want? Like, I'm not going to yell at you. Like, this is a comment section. You're probably an automated bot. Like, I don't. And if not, man, thank you for sharing me. I used to kind of get a little catty, and it'd be like, I love that you're showing the world your perspective. And it'd be like, no, Ben, reel it back in. Well, how would Jesus show up here? How would you? Thank you for sharing your perspective. Thank you for shining your light on the world.
That's such a good mantra. What would Jesus do? That's such a good mantra.
So good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we might have totally see how there hasn't been a comment. I think in 4 minutes we might have kick just like your Wi-Fi shut out today. The kick just decided to just completely log itself out. So funny how that works. I'm trying to not log back in. Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying anything because they're gone. So I'm getting a code right now, 6-digit code to my phone.
I'll ask is anybody still on the kick? Sherry said we are still here.
Okay, well that's good. It's saying on my end it's logged out. So
Sherry said we're just yapping too much. They're like, yeah, no, we're here. You just don't have anything to type to you guys about because you guys won't shut the fuck up.
I mean, hey, there'd be worse problems than that. But
I know.
This is being weird, but we will see. As long as people share, that's awesome to hear. I'll just keep working away here on my end to get this back up.
The best left winger in Canada is still here.
Oh, Ben Laguerre?
Yes, sir. You know who I was talking about.
Ben Laguerre.
Let's go.
Are we pronouncing that right? Is it Ben Laguerre? I feel like every time in my head I go Laguerre. Okay, there we go. We're back. We got 10 people there. Good. Good. Ben Laguerre. Is that how you pronounce it? Where are you from again, Ben? I feel like it was like, I want to say it was like somewhere in Ontario, some smaller town in Ontario. I can't remember for sure though. Ben, have you ever been to Canada?
No. I would love to. I still haven't gotten my fucking passport.
Yeah, no judgment for me. I haven't been to damn Scotland, which is wild. I'm thinking about
Scotland and Canada are two very different things.
No, I know, but that's like my hair. It's like in my family, I'm like the only, even when my brother's been there, I'm the only one that hasn't gone. I was supposed to go to get a tattoo and everything, but the COVID, but I might actually, my mom's going there I always forget it's only 6-hour flight. That's like LA is like a 5-hour flight. It's nothing. It's not that big of a difference. So I might jump over there for like a weekend or something, then like a cheap flight I find just to be there for a bit. Scotland is the place I want to go the most, says Shari. Really, Shari? Why is that pulling you there? Does it have something to do with the show Outlander, the Scottish chaps, or is it more so from a spiritual angle? Because I know a lot of women love Scottish kind of stuff. I'm doing Italy this year, says Erica. Wow.
She first said, I might do Italy this year. And then she said, I am doing Italy this year.
Wow. Erica, lovely. That's what we're talking about. You know how to get us going.
And it's Ben Leger.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ben Leger, sounding from Nova Scotia. Right. Nova Scotia.
So is Nova Scotia east? Like east?
Yes.
Okay.
Newfoundland's as far as it goes east, but it's out there, yeah.
Your boy is from Newfoundland, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, which one?
Guy on Shoresy.
Yes, Terry Ryan, yes.
Terry Ryan, yes.
The Newfie connection, yes.
Yes.
Corey says, I need to get to Canada yet. Shares, I heard Gabes is going to take the Abbey Canucks head coaching position. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, Sharesy. Scotland is the place she wants to go the most. And why? Because it's both. It's both the romantic Scottish men side and the spiritual Celtic side. That is beautiful. Good manifesting there, Erica. Great job. Abracadabra. I am doing Italy this year. Where are you thinking about going, Erica Lovely, in Italy? Is there a certain place that's pulling you in Italy? Because I have been there twice now, and it is a different world, that's for sure. It is. I kind of found it on because of who I was back then. I was just go, do the next thing, the next workout, the next checkpoint in life, get somewhere. Just very much felt like the pace is just so fucking slow. And when you're not ready to embody that pace,
give me that.
The people who work in the same like prosciutto shop or pizza shop for like their whole life, and it's the same day every day, and it's beautiful, and the quiet breeze coming through and they're just doing their work. It's just different over there. People make enough money providing a beautiful service to people. They don't need a lot. They eat their little bit of pizza and wine and cheese that's wholly made and not like super processed. And they're just living.
I know. That's the more I think about it, I think I'm really pulled not to live in the United States, but I couldn't be that far from my family. I just couldn't do it. But I'm really pulled to be somewhere like that. Like, we'll see.
I've been seeing a lot of Japan's definitely calling to me. I just see so many messages and videos about like the same thing. People in Japan they take everything they fucking do as Zen, and they just do it to the best of their ability with so much integrity, and they're just quietly happy, and they just want you to say thank you, like that was a phenomenal experience, or food or service. It's just like people are just like that one Tom Segura is like, you go there and he's like, people say New York and LA is the food capital of the world. It's like Japan blows it out of the water. You can go to any little shop down the street and you're going to have a way better meal than anywhere, health-wise, respect-wise, everything in Japan. People just get it there. It's all about just like your craft. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, Zen, man. Zen. Oh my gosh. I would be really interested. I'm just that type of cuisine is not my favorite.
Oh, you're not an Asian food guy? Oh, let's get through these and then let's jump into that little like light stuff for a bit. This would be hilarious. A little spot outside of Milan that my ancestors are from. I have my Italian friend who will be there for a few months, so might ask him to go take me on a tour. He's in northern Italy. Beautiful. I was up in the northern part, Lake Como. That's as far north as I got. It is beautiful. Shari's with you, Ben, on that. Japan for Reiki history would be so interesting. Oh, yeah, you Shari and Erica get into that. The only reason I stay in the USA is my grandson. Really, Dana, you'll have to let us know where you'd be going. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Canada, and we would welcome you with open arms. Japan is on my list, and I may try and swing UAE for Worlds next year. Wow, very cool, dude. A lot of cool. Traveling just opens up your perspective so much that people are just living different out there. They're just living differently. There's no stress. They come to America and people are like, what is going on here? Even just Canada in general, in places. It's just go, go, go. But I'm just too curious about this because I think Ben said before he doesn't like seafood, so I knew that. But like,
I have the palate of like a 10-year-old.
a Philly 10-year-old.
Dude, it's so I love my fruits, right? Like I just like my morning bowl is like give me my blueberries, strawberries, give me bananas, I'll eat oranges, I'm good with that. But like if I love pizza. I love pizza. I love pizza. Like I love like a typical like American bar food. Like bar, what do they call it? Like it's pub fare. Pub fare.
Yep. Oh, buddy, I love that. Believe me, me Monkey Spaces loves that shit too.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So what's your go-to meal? Like you had to get just one meal that you're about to be electrocuted, whatever. Like you get your last meal. What are you doing?
Interesting. I would my answer was always pizza, but I love my breakfast bowl. Oh, I definitely order chicken fingers and give me extra honey mustard sauce. Yeah. And I better have fries. And if I can get curly fries or waffle fries and I can also dip them in honey mustard sauce, dude, don't talk to me for 15 minutes. I'm in complete bliss.
Honey mustard sauce.
Oh my God.
That's a little palate difference for you. There you go. Okay.
Pour it on my face so I can taste it in the morning in my beard.
Corey wants to know how many courses for your meal. Are you saying that your favorite meal would be your breakfast bowl?
Yeah.
Before you die? And your
so.
pub foods, you're talking about pub food and all this greasy stuff, and you're gonna have your breakfast bowl before you die.
I've never had a meal that I've looked forward to consistently for so I didn't get to have that this morning because I didn't have electricity, so I couldn't put my frozen fruit in the microwave. And I didn't want to open my refrigerator and stuff like that because I didn't want the cool air getting out. So I didn't get to, and I'm telling you, it was like I had to like make it a mindfulness practice not to have I had to recognize the attachment I have to this meal. And I was like, it's okay. It will be there. We're just attached to it. But yeah, I think that would be I would just have endless amounts of it. I wouldn't want one breakfast. I would like if I was like, hey, I want pizza, I'd like give me like all of the pizza I've ever loved in my life and just so I can eat it ever. But like that breakfast meal, because my mom she made it. And she's like, you should really try this. You should, and it's like, so there's a lot of sentimental value there too. Of like, I feel like I share that love with my mom. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's also meaningful. It checks a box for me. Yeah, no, that's my go-to. Is yours sushi?
No, it would definitely be the Me Monkey Space It wants what it can never have again. That would definitely be my grandparents cooking for sure.
Yeah,
which is not. I know you just think that's going to be there forever growing up. Like I read about in the book in such deep detail because that's definitely the root. And me and Shar have talked about this about binge eating kind of attachments, and the food with my dad. Just that it's where I felt the most loved was in my tummy was stuffed. I got lauded for it and my vagus nerve was regulated. I didn't know that was doing that. And dad was just, anyway, it was just, my dad had all these weird things that I did. He'd like make spaghetti the most like, I didn't even know what real pasta was. Cause right, we get the store-bought noodles, meat, tomato sauce, ground beef, just put it on top. He made it like a meat pie. So then he would slice the corner. He'd slice side of his, like to trim the edges of his circular spaghetti pile, bite that, and then he'd spin his plate and then cut the other corner and spin his plate and cut the other corner. And I was just like, that's how you eat fucking spaghetti, everybody. If you put that in front of me, I'd still do it unconsciously. Well, now I'd probably watch and laugh because I'm more aware. But yeah, it'd probably be my grandparents cooking for sure.
That's awesome.
Shari's saying my favorite sauce is honey mustard, so you guys are vibing on that. Ben, you live in Pennsylvania with the highest Amish rate in the country. Electricity is overrated.
I used to go on field trips to Amish country all the time up in Lancaster.
Arby's sauce with horsey sauce. Arby's sauce mixed with horsey sauce. What's that?
Is that Worcestershire or not? Or horseradish?
Oh, that is good. Yeah. Okay. If that's what that is, the bomb. Corey's a big foodie, so I'm going stuffed mushrooms for an app. Main, I'm going a 32-ounce ribeye with loaded mashed. Dessert, my grandma's white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. He's a foodie guy. He definitely knows his food.
I'm not poor anymore. I'll never eat pasta again.
Well, what'd you even call what was that? Like craft dinner pasta to you? Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about, Sharzy? Oh, Erica's liking that. So wait, what else if you have a palate of this, what else do you not like? So you just like pub food and fruit bowls in the morning? Like tell us the foods you will not eat.
Onions, garlic,
Wait, whoa,
Mushrooms.
whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, your taste buds don't even know what flavor is.
and don't get me wrong, I've tried them. I hate onions, all types. It's a texture. It's a texture thing. I'm big on texture. So mushrooms and onions to me make me want to crawl out of my skin. And I also think I don't think mushrooms really have a taste. And I think like like the smell of things, onions, no. Yeah, no.
Wow, onions and garlic are like two of the staple things that give really deep, flavorful dishes that's wild, brother. I
Garlic.
remember I was definitely picky, and then I was like onions and this and that, and then I had something where you always just eat things by accident. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Why are my pores 12 hours later leaking out this smell? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so name that eliminates a lot of cuisine right there.
Mhm.
So you don't like sushi kind of Asian food, uh, seafood, garlic, onions, mushrooms, which are big in the flavor categories. Any other like certain cultures of dishes you're like no, like Mexican, is that no go?
I'll eat Mexican. Like I obviously like tacos and quesadillas, fajitas and stuff like that. But like I make sure like here's the thing. I like peppers, but I don't like cooked peppers, like long slimy peppers. Like I don't like them. It's a very textury thing for me, and that's why like I would love to. I say based off Erica's story today, I want to be sensitive to like not just be like I have like I feel like I have autistic tendencies, like things like very much like very overstimulating to me, and so like I won't eat broccoli, but that's because I was if my mom's in my chat, she'll laugh at this. Um, I was like wasn't allowed to leave the table until I finished my broccoli one time, and I threw it up all over the kitchen table, and I've never had broccoli since.
I'll do it.
Yeah, so that type of stuff.
That's like my favorite vegetable besides potatoes. Wow. Like walked broccoli, like Shari's talking the Thai food. Wow. It's so interesting how our lived experiences. Yeah, this is a great question from Dana. Can you eat food with onion and garlic cooked in it like a pizza sauce where you don't even know it's in it? It's just part of the dish.
Yeah, so as long as like so we'll say like chips and dip, chips and guac and stuff like that. I'll
Yeah.
eat that. I can eat
Yeah.
that. But if it's like say if you're putting onions in my taco or something like that, no.
Wow, that's so interesting because
No.
they give the guac wouldn't be guac without onions, but then the taco to me, if the taco's not a taco without onions, it's so
But
interesting.
I'll eat the guac that like I know it has onions. I know the salsa has stuff in it. Like I know that, but I think once again in my mind, like I didn't know that for a long time. So I was
Mm,
already eating it.
mm.
But if you were like if somebody was making if I was making guac, I'd be like, I won't make guac because I don't want I don't want onions. It's like I don't.
Yeah,
So it's different.
you
Like
don't even want to cut them and deal with them.
this is why like I understand like in a relationship or a friendship or whatever, like I'm not easy because like these type of things, like I'm very particular about the weirdest little nooks and crannies of things. Where like I am, I say different. Like I am difficult if you don't figure me out. Like they're like, what do you do? Why can't we go to 90% of the best restaurants because you're a fucking child? I'm sorry. Yes, but I was like, I'll find something. You're just gonna make fun of me, and that's okay.
Like my ex, anywhere we go, it was just fries and Caesar salad. That was her. That was her play.
Yeah.
Until she found out there's anchovies in the Caesar salad.
Oh no. Yeah, no. Me and her are operating on the same radio station.
Mado Lucic, namaste, brother. He's back again. We are one. Welcome in. Hi, mom, says Tommy O. Why is he saying hi, mom? I'm confused there. I don't know who he's talking to there. Sharzy pasta spaghetti is cheat meal that was always overdone as a kid, and I despise tomato sauce other than pizza. Yeah, that's true, Sharzy. Growing up, I grew up with my dad and mom were not foodies, so I had about a couple meals on repeat. It was spaghetti like that. It was this weird concoction that I loved. White rice, ground beef, and broccoli. Ben's gonna hate this, mixed up in a pot and just put salt and pepper on it. For whatever reason, that was my dad's weird thing. Sandwiches, pizza, wraps. We pretty much just had things that my mom could give me a lot of in a short period of time that were easy for her. Ben asking for the kids menu when he goes out. Yeah, and Corey was saying, dude, let me cook you my stuffed mushrooms, and then you'll have to tell me that you won't be able to tell me that they do not have taste. It'll blow your fucking mind, basically.
For you, I would taste it. I
Stuff
wouldn't like it.
it would be stuffed with he's probably putting like meat in there and tomato
As a
sauce.
cook, I like that's the thing is like so Corey will understand this, or I hope so. Like if there's like a special, and it's like a chef special or something like that, I won't order it even if it's like my dream thing, but it has like say a mushroom or an onion or a garlic in it. I would never order it without it because like I feel like that's disrespectful to the cook.
Mm.
Like kind of things like that. Like I try to be super like thoughtful and considerate, but like also my grandmother still makes fun of me to this day. She's 96 years old and she's like, "You won't eat garlic or onions? They're the best things in the world." And I go, "Hey, you don't like certain things. I just don't like certain things." And now I'm old enough to make my own goddamn decisions.
There you go. You sure are, brother. You sure are. Do whatever the frick you floats your boat. I was like you, Ben, and basically got through it with flavoring it and couldn't tell. But I think my ADHD was like spontaneous and yeah, let's try it. I'll get the same thing anywhere I go though.
My mom would make meatloaf growing up and there'd be onions and I literally would open it up and I would pick out every single onion. And I mean every single onion before I ate it. Otherwise I couldn't eat it.
It must have stressed you out if she cut the onions a little finer than most.
Oh, and she would dice them and stuff like that. And like, but once again, just what I did. But yeah, like every single time.
Did Ben say his mom was on? Maybe I smoked a little too much. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's in my Instagram. I think she's in my Instagram.
Okay, gotcha. That's why I haven't seen her. Okay.
Momo Bear, Tommy, you says hello.
And like Erica, I can't have purple candies or creamsicle anything. That's very specific. Creamsicle, dope. Sherry Soulflow, tater tot casserole was a fave as a kid, but we had it a lot. Everybody has that one thing you have a lot of. Roasting little bacon fat stuff with blue cheese and some other stuff in his mushrooms.
I'm not gonna say I don't like blue cheese, but the idea.
What? How could you like blue cheese? I was just about to say there's no way he likes blue cheese. Are you fucking what?
It's not that I've never had it. So like I used to eat it with wings, right? But it smells like funky feet, and it's a texture and like an aroma thing. Like I know some people are like, we kind of liked him. And now this guy is falling off a cliff because Gabes had him talk about his food preferences.
So interesting. It's so funny, like getting to know people more and stuff. Because you seem like, right? You seem like a super chill guy that's like just go with the flow. But you're just go with the flow of like, no, I like my 5 things, and that's what I eat, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it, I used to get really defensive about it. It's like we're joking in here and stuff like that. But like then I used to like be like, if people would say some shit, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Like I like what I like go eat a dick or whatever. Like I used to get like that type of energy. But now it's just like, yeah, no. I do. I just like that. And then you see people like get worked up that like, and I go, yeah, no, I understand. I go, you're really invested in my food preferences for someone who's not eating it. And then that's just something I've learned. And yeah, no, because I think I am chill, but it's one of those things. I also understand. It's very difficult. Like once again, dating me. Yeah, that's most like I'll go to like a really like I love steak and stuff like that. Like I'll go to like nicer restaurants, but yeah, it's yeah, I'm a child.
My brother used to go to Subway and just get meat and cheese and nothing else. That was always interesting. Or like McDonald's, a burger with a bun. Nothing else. I used to, yeah, it's funny how that works. It's usually by accident. A lot of things I used to just, I love ketchup and tomato sauce, but if you put a raw piece of tomato in my mouth, I would puke. But now, I mean, they're fucking delicious. Man, it's so interesting. I do feel like if you eat something you don't like at least 5 times, you end up liking it.
Like, I've done that with sushi.
Okay, tell us more.
I dated a girl for like 5 years, and she was on a mission to get me to like expand my palate. So she'd take me to really nice restaurants in Philly and really nice sushi, her favorite sushi spots. And we used to do this I was a trooper. Like I would go and I would try it and stuff like that just for like the experience. I feel bad. I don't want to take away from people, but I've had sushi like 10, 15 times. And I just don't like it. It's just not for me.
Like the raw fish and everything, like the cold of it, the texture, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even like the fried stuff, like
Mm.
there's some things like here's the thing, like I'll eat it, like it was like California, whatever, like a fried California roll, whatever it was, I can't remember. The
Hmm.
most basic of basic things, like it's pretty much not sushi. It's like a Philly cheesesteak roll or something like that. And I was like, I understand. I was like, I just would never go out of my way to do this. Like I don't like this. This is like for you, sure, but no.
Jesse's been quiet. He comes out of the woodwork. Plain wings are good. I don't want any sauce except barbecue. I ate 100 chicken wings in one sitting one time.
That's impressive.
Boys bet me I couldn't do it, and I sure as hell did. All one flavor, sweet barbecue at Buffalo Wild Wing, and they told me they'd pay for the bill, and they didn't, and they're cowards. And then I puked in the urinal. Couldn't make it to the garbage. I don't think you guys understand the level of binge.
I I've eaten full pies of pizza in like less than 10 minutes because I was bed multiple times. Yeah, like if we ever met when we were in Bethlehem, I bet you we would have had
Oh, brother.
I say a great time. It'd probably be a great sad time.
We would have been high as kites, eating everything.
Oh man. We really missed out on a good few laughing sessions.
I ate 100 shrimp in one sitting for the same reasoning. Because somebody said you couldn't do it. That's how it works. I felt great at practice the next day. I was so conditioned to that shit. I'd go to this place I write about in the book, Smoky D's, when I was so depressed. And I was just like, I got to just drown them out. And that's what I didn't do cocaine and stuff. I drowned it out with food. And I went to Smoky D's, this legendary barbecue place off the highway. Holy fuck. Would I go to town? And I'm like, anybody want to come? And nobody want to come. I'd be like, perfect. So I can sweat my face off and nobody's there to see it. And Light and Erica, there's Mexican what? There's Mexican sushi near my house. It's an experience. Very fun, laugh master. They have people singing at your table. What in the fuck, Erica? What's that place called? That's kind of interesting to me.
You and Erica aren't too far from each other. She's near Toronto.
I recently met Erica. She came when I was shooting content in a beautiful park in Toronto, and she came and held the signs and like hung out for like 3 hours. We had such a great time.
That's awesome.
Right? She's fucking awesome. Her energy is wicked.
That's awesome.
Tommy Yo, brother. It's one of the main things in my book, brother. Binge eating is my biggest issue. Dude, I am just shedding the last outer shells of this right now. And it's a trip. It made this lust look like child's play. The binge eating made lust look like I would have thought it was the exact opposite, but binge eating's been lingering and lingering and lingering because it makes sense. Lust is a procreation survival, thing, whereas you still have to be alive to be able to procreate. So the deeper is the eating. And when it comes to spirituality, the craving to enjoy food is really deep down the body just craving like nourishment and staying alive in the meat monkey spacesuit. So it goes a lot deeper than lust. I've found in my personal experience. Did not puke after the 100 shrimps. Technically, it was 106 because I wasn't done 100. Wow, you are a savage. 100 shrimpers. They like we talk about like small ones or like big ones. That's a big difference because chicken wings are chicken wings. Like I ate the first 50 in 50 minutes. Like I was motoring, but then the next 50 took like an hour and a half because I don't know why I didn't get like 4 different flavors, 25 each. I got the same one. That was a big mistake.
I got Steph in my Instagram chat, and she's saying emotional eating here, and I understand the emotional eating. Binge eating is something it's weird, right? Because I hear the way you talk about your relationship with the food, and it's something that you've consciously been understanding your attachment to, and it's one of those things like I'm not blind to that I do it. It's just one of those things like it's something I enjoy. And my relationship to it is, hey, I do all this other stuff throughout the week, and I like to sit down during that time and do it. But my problem is becoming, I know how it makes me feel. And it's like I'm hurting myself for the sake of the attachment of doing it. So it's one of those things of like, I'm looking to find a healthy balance of it. But as Steph says, like the emotional eating, if I was having a bad day or going through a breakup or something like that, it would be something like DoorDash instantly. I deserve this. And it was this thought process of I deserve to hurt myself
Yep.
and hurt my body
Yep.
because I'm deserve like I don't know, it's like the reward for feeling bad, which is just making me feel worse kind of thing. I don't know. I'm still figuring out how I'm moving forward with that. But yeah, that's just where I'm at.
That's you can't be anywhere other than you're at. That's for damn sure. Eric, I looked at that place. They have a lot of different locations. People must be loving the Mexican sushi in Toronto if they got all those locations. All I can think about 3-6 Mafia. I ate so many shrimps. I got iodine poisoning. Man, Jersey knows his rap. Tommy, mentally trying to figure out why I do what I do when it comes to scarfing back food. And Ben was just touching on that. I mean, I can speak from my personal experience. It's deep rooted in emotional safety and love. When you eat a lot of food, it fills up your stomach. It regulates your vagus nerve. It makes your body feel like, oh, if we go out without food for a week, we're going to be fine because we just stuffed a bunch in. So it signals safety. It's all to do with the Meat Monkey Spacesuits programming, Tommy O. I get it, man. I get it. But this is the work.
So my question to Tommy would be: when do you find yourself binge eating most? Whether it be, is it daily? Is it a certain time during the week? Like for me, it's like my Friday release. Like I did all this stuff Friday. Like usually Fridays I keep lighter days because when 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon comes, I go, this is my treat. I'm doing this. And then whatever comes from there. So that's where you just start, instead of leading with judgment and trying to figure it out that way, in my experience, something I would suggest that's helped me is lead with curiosity. Like, when does that happen?
For the longest time, I was when's our cheat meal, especially me and my ex, weed edibles, Dominoes, the whole fucking thing. For a long time in my life, it was totally fine. I'd eat that cheat meal and then I'd go back to eating my clean, large amounts for training and stuff, but it didn't bother me. I enjoyed it. I felt good after, and then I was like, okay, back to the other food. But I don't know when that started to change. When I would eat it and the high got so high, and then the after would just crash, and I would guilt shame myself and pile in on myself, and it got to the point where it was like, this ain't a cheat meal anymore, and I can't stop thinking about it all fucking week until I get to it, and then it lives up to the bill so high, but then I want it every day after. Like, so for you, Ben, do you like enjoy it? You enjoy it, you appreciate it, you move on from it, it's not lingering on your mind the next day?
It starts a pattern. I start making, I say, bad choices for the weekend too. And I'm like, oh, it's the weekend. Well, I'm still working. I'm still doing these things. But I have leftover. Like if I order pizza, I'm like, okay, well now I have leftover pizza. So now it's a Friday, Saturday thing. And then Sunday comes, I'm like, what saves me is when we have After the Bell recordings. Because then I'm very intentional with like, okay, I have something today where like I want to feel my best, so I'm going to get my run in, I'm going to get my workout in, I'm going to eat, I'm going to do these type of things. And so like it's always been when I'm left to my own devices and I'm not responsible for showing up for somebody else, I will self-sabotage every single time. But once again, that goes, I value other people's time, energy, and showing up. Like I'm going to give you the best I have. But yeah, if it's me, I go, I'll be okay until Monday. And then Monday, I'm going to do this, that. By the time Wednesday comes around, I'm finally feeling good. My body's not as inflamed anymore. I've been eating well. Thursday, I'm like, oh, I'm looking good. Nice. Friday comes around, rinse and repeat.
Holy fuck. Does that ever resonate? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. I swear, I don't know. There's different book ideas coming in. You know, after I write these first two, there's different ideas of naming things, and I don't think people. I don't want. I look up and write. Has anybody written a book like from this angle? Because it's all people saying the same shit. But has anybody taken this approach in like addiction? I swear, it's just like your map, like, or your whatever you cling to is it's your map, like. And I think I don't know, I can't speak from the hard drugs. That's probably a different ballgame. But from the ones that I've gone through, the common person's ones, you literally get to the point where you're doing the quote unquote addiction or the just binge or whatever, and you're just watching it happen. The data collection's gotten so strong that you're just like able to sit there and like, look at this meat monkey spacesuit, thinking he's got the week done, just gonna eat some food, doesn't have anybody to serve, so let's just dump a bunch of bad food in its own body. What the fuck is that?
It's so confusing. And for the longest time, I thought like, oh, I don't have an addictive personality. Like I've experimented with stuff. I've partied. I've done things like that for sure. But I never got like addicted to like the stuff I was doing. Like it was always like, oh, I'm young. I'm doing this kind of stuff, whatever it is. Until I've gotten older, I've realized my addiction, it isn't with food. It isn't with sex. It isn't with, drugs. It isn't with that stuff. It comes down to I realized my attachment or addiction, whatever it is in decision making. It's in making decisions that when presented with a decision and I'm by myself in a room, when it comes to food specifically, here's a decision that's right and aligned for you and one that's not. It has always been self-sabotaging decisions. I sure as hell know better in what's right. But once again, there's a difference of like, hey, it's Friday. I've had a good week. Like, I want to celebrate. I'm good with this. Like, I don't have a problem with that. It comes the same thing with like Alan Watts talks about, like, why are you having a drink? Why are you having a smoke? Now he's had his own relationship with alcohol, but it's, are you celebrating or are you running? Are you trying to distract your mind, distract your body, or are you looking to be present in the moment and enjoy every last bite, watching your favorite? You're watching Shoresy on television on a Friday after work, a week of helping people, sitting with your best friend, sitting on sales calls, doing like, is that a difference? Just know why you're doing it. Know your relationship to it. And that's what I've learned.
And this must be resonating with Tommy Yo because he's saying stress right now, but weekends as rewards. Used to eat well all week and binge Friday or Saturday. Now I make up excuses sometimes. It's pretty complex. It's so fucking complex, dude. It's so complex. It's so is, but it so isn't. At the end of the day, nobody has an addiction other than the addiction to you as an ego and a separate thing. That is the root of any addiction. Somebody's a heroin addict, food addict, sex addict, whatever. They're actually not an addict of that. They're an addict of love that they don't feel. That's the bottom line. Talked about it in our post today with Brady that went out, that all addiction's doing is trying to quiet the mind down and just shut it up for a brief moment, revealing your true nature. So any addiction is just really actually crying out for love. So he says, yep, I try to figure out what happened, what my surroundings were, etc. when I craved. Now today I placed a bowl of different gums in my studio and in my living room to pick at for the hand to mouth habit and beat my craving. That's it, brother. You're doing data collection and then you find different ways to work at it. I've done every freaking trick, backwards, sideways. And then it gets to the point where you just exhaust them all. And the only thing that works is just that. That's what I've found. This guy right here. It's the only thing that the clarity to understand what's happening, the awareness to know it's first a problem, then the clarity to go, oh, this is what's happening in this moment. And where you build that for me was meditation, to be able to have the space between the urge coming up and me feeling separate from it and going, I can watch it. I don't have to indulge it. It is a trip, dude. It is. Food is, I'm telling you, it's addiction to the ego. The second one is always food. It's always the next most deep one.
Mm-hmm. I have Steph in my Instagram chat saying, thank you. I struggle eating because I don't have anyone but myself. Once again, being alone, being in the situation. And that's so hard because you can feel like for so long, like I'm doing everything I can. I'm spending quality time with myself. I'm meditating, I'm working out, I'm moving my body, this and that. And then it almost feels like with this one decision, it feels like you just wiped away so much stuff, which in reality you didn't. Like that's still all data collection. But that's where we talk about what's the relationship to it, the why. Because if the why is because I love tacos, I love spending time with family on taco night and celebrating with my family and sitting in the present moment, that's not a problem. That's enjoying the 3D meat monkey spacesuit, enjoying life and family and presence and love. But if it's feeling like self-sabotage, the question becomes, once again, let's stop leading with the judgment of the why am I fucking doing this? It's why is this present in my life? What's going on? Where is there lack in my life that I feel like this is filling? and sit with that for a minute. Meditate on that. It's tough.
Yeah, because I got all bent out of shape because the gurus, whatever, they eat whatever and they're fat. It's like, no, they just literally eat whatever you give them. They don't even give. They wouldn't eat if you didn't give them food. So the disciples just give them food, and they're like, great, and they eat it because they have literally zero attachment from their body. They don't even care. They say there's points where you get to the path where like they get so heightened that their body heals up everything, but then they get past that where they're just like, oh, it don't even care about it anymore, and it'll get cancer, it'll do this. They don't care because it has nothing to do with them, and they just eat whatever you give them, and it's so hard to like, oh, how does that make sense? It's like they've gone to that level. For a lot of us, it's going to be very, very, very hard to cultivate this when the body's blocked up with food and thoughts and all these things. So that's what the practices are, is like getting cleaner to see through the forest, through the trees. And once you get there, it's like, then return to the world. That's what Rupert Spirit talks about. It's like, realize that we're all this oneness. That doesn't mean you're going to go away in the Himalayas. Just realize what we are and then return to the world with that understanding of like, oh, it doesn't really matter what I do, but if I get to choose what I get to do, what do I want it to mean? What do I want this meal to mean? What do I want this pizza on Friday night to mean to me? You get to choose. It's not inherently right or wrong what you're eating. It's you giving it the meaning because you're the one being the meaning maker.
The labels.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Sherry said, go to this one, miss this one. Sherry says, Dad's always been horrible. But brother, you have been in a low income situation in the ghetto of Rockford. So that's part of your incarnation, my man.
Absolutely. We had Enlightened Erica Lovely. Ooh, yeah. I just wanted to connect. And that's what I see as the common denominator in all my addictions. Oh, what's a beautiful realization. Beautiful.
That's all we're doing.
So when that comes up, right, we recognize I'm seeking connection. I'm beautiful. Sherry, this is so refreshing to know not alone in all of this. You're right, Gabriel. It is a deep, complicated journey. Before I started in this community, I felt hopeless to change because I've tried for so long. You are not alone.
And we always get to that point where it's like, oh, just one more time. It's fine. It's not going to kill me.
I'll start again on Monday.
And then it's like 40 years later, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? That's what happens to a lot of folks. But that's okay. That's okay. It is where you're supposed to be. What's forest can't miss us.
Hell yeah.
Never too late. Never too late.
Right on time.
It's been 10 years since my last. Let's wrap this up and get into some hockey before we're done. It's been 10 years since my last time doing coke. Just realized that. Holy shit, Erica. Fucking. We'll celebrate that with you. See, I love when that's such a beautiful realization because you're not identifying. You weren't counting the days of like, oh, I'm a recovered coke addict. Like that's still being an addict when you count the days. In my opinion, it's part of a journey, but eventually that needs to fall away and not identify with that anymore. But holy shit, Erica, that's fucking awesome. Like, thank you for sharing that and having that realization. My goodness.
Hell yeah.
That's a way to send us into some hockey. 2-0 Carolina. Nikolai Ehlers is apparently just buzzing out there right now, and Vegas has no answer. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Vegas Dark Knights, my ego would not be happy to see them win. So I'm loving the Carolina Love and Light Hurricanes. I've been swiping back and forth between the hockey game and Blue Jays game, so I haven't seen a lot. But yeah, the shots and score says it all. Tommy O, congrats, Garrett. I'm proud of you. Wow, inspirational. Amen, Tommy O. Amen.
And I can only imagine the type of, well, I guess it's kind of different, right? Like the type of things you're probably exposed to have access to, exposed to as a professional athlete. I'm not gonna say it's different than, other people, but like there's this party environment, atmosphere, almost expectation, I'm assuming, as a professional athlete. How did you deal with that? Or did you? Were you conscious about it, or were you just working so hard to fit in, get in, do anything you could to be a part of a team that like you found yourself in places or whatever? Like, I don't know your relationship to it.
I found my own track within it. The guys were mostly going out to drink and party with each other. I said I was doing that, but I was really trying to find a girl.
Yeah, I got to understand that.
or I really just wanted to go eat at the restaurant and they could talk and whatever, but I was like indulging in the food. Or we go to the movies and I'm like in the movie with my bag of popcorn and my giant Coke, like just dousing it, and I'm going back out to get more butter. Like I was the guy that would leave the party and come back, or I just wouldn't come back because I got what I needed out of it. As I progressed in my career, I got much more the other way of like resonating and enjoying the boys and appreciating it. But I very much used it as a cover, just like I did use fighting as a cover to be like, oh yeah, I'm such a great dude, I take care of people and all that shit. It's like, no, I'm fighting for my food, access to girls, status, food, money, all that. That's what I was fighting. I wasn't fighting for you over there. I will tell you I was, if it meant I got something out of it, for sure.
It's your PR team.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck, I am the fucking. Of course, I'm a hardest working guy. Of course, I stick up for my teammates. I protect people from bullies growing up. Yeah, okay, that's the cover. The cover was I'm getting what I need, and I'll hurt people to do it, and I'll get hurt to do it.
There's a podcast coming up in 2 weeks, I think, that you guys talk about that. You get in the weeds a little bit about that. Like, yeah, I will literally do anything. I don't want to, but I will kill someone to get my goal done. Like,
right. Yeah.
I'm telling you what, that episode, I say this about all the episodes, right? Because I think progressively they continue to evolve. But that's the one you sent me, and I was like telling friends and family, I'm like, yeah, I cannot wait till you see this fucking episode. It's so good. But that's what you guys talk about. I was like, yeah, man.
The double homicides where I never did one double homicide. He had like 5 or 6 of them. He coined that term. So Jesse's going to love this, and all the guys who like the violence. Aaron Volpatti's double homicide was when he hit someone so hard that they didn't get up. And then when the teammate came over to fight him, he knocked out that teammate. So he did that I never did that. I never did either of those things once, let alone combining them into double homicide twice. And he was the same weight as me, so he was thick as shit, but he was not tall, and he's fucking cannonball. Dude. God damn, he's psycho, man.
That's wild. And to hear people like that and people like yourself talk after the game, and there's always these common themes, at least with the people that have been on the podcast, right? It's just like, it's been in finding purpose, finding direction, the support around them. It's been so consistent that like all these people, like I can't believe that the people that are on the podcast were the people in the highlight promo videos. Like, again, they're not the same people. But once you guys cross that threshold and your skate hits that ice, fucking killers. And it's why. And then family, you talk about like Gudis is the big one. Like, skate hits the ice, he becomes a person not many people like. But off the ice, like, a fucking gentleman. It's wild, man. It's just, that's why I say like the joke about like my my podcast coming out. I'm sitting here asking my mom, like, do we have any like high school clips of me playing sports, like middle school clips? Because it's hilarious. I'm like, that's why my mom's like, you don't have to talk bad. So you understand sports. I'm like, Mom, professional athletes have a gear that I can't even sniff the light switch to get to where they get to, because it is a whole different level of like, I'll kill you to get what I want.
I'm glad you don't know what that's like.
Me too. I think I started to taste it, and I didn't like who I was becoming because of it. And that's where I was like, it's not worth this. But once again, you had this thing happen in your life where it was this burning, like, fuck you energy to get there. Like, yeah, man.
Well, it's a great wraparound, because what were we talking about? Of people, when they do things to others, they're just projecting how they feel inside. I mean, I was just trying to hurt people, and what did I end up just doing to myself? Like, I'm just hurting myself. It's just 1-to-1. There's no, like, it sounds very abstract. When you do something, quote unquote, you would deem negative to someone else, it's literally verbatim like you're doing it to yourself. I cannot stress that enough. We may not see the karma wheel come back around, or whatever you want to call it. What goes around comes around. It doesn't happen immediately. But oh, fuck. It's coming around when you least expect it. And fuck, did it ever for me. Oh, God. It's so weird to think that it's that much of a mirror reflection, but it really is.
Dana said, I would about many of the tougher guys. I feel once they put on the gear, you knew the guys who didn't want the dust bump and stayed in the mode till the gear came off and they were back to the great guy again. Could you could you sniff that out? Like, I mean, once again, maybe like there's like a fake tough guy.
Oh yeah, I was a fake one. I feel like guys could sniff that out on me. It's just a matter of levels. Like if you're a real G, you can sniff the fear below you. But I was probably like here, so I could sniff it below me. But I knew, like when the African male lion that was bigger and came around, who like, fuck, great.
So that would be the question. Like when you got to the show, right? Like I'm sure there's this level of like I fucking made it, but then there's this probably inferiority complex too of like, oh fuck, I gotta like ramp up to a whole different level but when you're back, like say like Owen Sound, when you're on, I'm calling it the Legion of Boom because you guys were just the three of you, Mitchie, was it?
Oh yeah. And Rockford, Osipov. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that group, like in that level, I'm sure you felt like you couldn't be fucking touched.
I mean, in the minors, when you had guys that doing it next to you, but I was way like, it's just people. I got asked that, who would you not want to fight in the NHL? I said, no one. I would fight anybody up there. It was the opposite. People think you get to the NHL, it's like inferior. These guys are better and tougher. Like, no, they're not. They're cushier and they're like tough guys with painted nails to me because they've been living the cushy life. Down in the minors is where that's where I'm feeling inferior because those guys are fucking nails. Those guys are doing this to provide to their 3 kids, making like 80, 90 grand, fighting 20 times a year, 30 times a year. That is inferior complex for me. Because I'm like, I would never do that. How are you doing that? And you lose fights. It's not just your body. It's not just your pride, embarrassment. It's your fucking kids' food and insurance. And it's like, that's a different level of tough.
That's survival, man.
Yeah.
That's animalistic. That's primal type shit.
Exactly. I knew coming in as I'm fighting men now that are getting not just like kids who want to say, hey, I go to fight this weekend. These are men that are putting food on the table with fucking grizzly beards and shit. But Jesse says, sad to say, but Tread Frendrick is a fake tough guy, even though I love him and miss him on Boston. He absolutely is. He would tell you that too, I think. He's a skilled player that formed himself into that. Watch a ton of hockey fights. You can tell the savages who actually like the role. Yeah. No shit, you can. Plus, in the minors, each team has a few tough guys. NHL may have none. I agree. Yeah, because you have to be so good to play out there. Money changes the players. Watch a minor league sport compared to a pro. That's it. You never know what you're going to get in the Love and Light stream, fellow Waves. We were all over in different places today. It's a lot of fun. Yesterday, we were definitely all over the place. But it'll be great to see Benjamin back on Sunday to check in on the rest of the intentions, Hopefully people can track and find some spaces this week where they're like, oh, I noticed here. Or if that's okay, if you notice the intention and then you didn't want to act on it, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. So if you set an intention on Sunday and you're here and you're remembering what that was and you haven't acted on it yet, totally cool. This is just a reminder of like, oh, okay, I still have 3, 4, 5 days. So just do one thing in service of it. That might be thinking about it. That might be writing it on a piece of paper, putting a Post-it note on your computer or whatever it may be. But yeah, we're going to check back in on Sunday, see how we close out the week. I'm proud of everybody. Brother, I'm proud of you and the way you're showing up in service. And as always, man, thank you for having me in here. And you know me.
You're as always on the way out. There it is.
As always, sending love.
And the community's so great. They always know when to like, hey, Gabes, you got to go because if it's under 2 hours, then the clip's easier and the high, whatever. Anyway, last night they literally told me with 20 seconds to go. They're like, you got to go. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I appreciate you, everyone. Thank you so much for sending that. It always wakes me up. Ben Legere, everybody. Take it out with Lionel Richie just all night long. We're always
Corey
here.
Coops is in my Instagram saying, sorry, I missed y'all. Love and light to you all.
Let's go, Corey Cooper. Thank you so much, fellow Wave. Let's go.
Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul.
No.